have your phone with you on the plane or on a carrier. Okay, so let me tell you the story. So, I've flown more times than I can count. I'm not a noob. I know how things go. I know how to go through security. I have multiple times. But mistakes happen. So I went through security by accident with my phone in my hoodie pocket. So they grabbed it from me and put it in a little bowl to go through the x-ray scanner. So I got my stuff on the other side, put on my jacket, my shoes, got my bag, and then I waited a minute for my phone to come through. And then it didn't, so I asked the lady and I was like, hey, like, where's my phone? It's not, I haven't seen it come through. And she's like, oh, I don't know, I put it in a bowl and it should be around. And then she looked around and the bowl like was empty and it magically disappeared somehow. So they told me that somebody might have just accidentally taken it thinking it was their phone and not paid attention. So I started freaking out, started having a panic attack, being like, I need my phone. They're like, can we call it? And I said, no, it's on airplane mode because I'm from Canada. And they're like, it's... So then they were like, I was like, I have to go, like my flight is boarding, I need my phone, I need to go. And they're like pretty much like, we think somebody just took it. So I mean, you can go look at the like go ask for camera tapes or whatever, but like you have to go to your flight, like you're gonna miss your plane, you have to go. So I was like mid panic attack, but I was like, okay, I'm just gonna fucking go without my phone. And so I went up the escalator, went up to the desk. I lost my boarding pass in the process because I was so worked up, don't know how. And so the guy at the desk was like, are you okay? Because I was freaking out, crying, panic attack, just no, it's okay, Morgan. It's like, I'm fine now. I'm just hey, Ethereal, Static, thank you for the follow. And then he was like, here's your, like, the flight information, just contact Port of Seattle, lost and found when you land, and stuff like that. And the guy was very nice at the desk, and then I got on the plane, and it was so close that I'm pretty sure I was the last person boarding, because it was they had already been boarding when I went through security. And then when I landed, like Tin picked me up, and Tin had heard from my brother, because my brother messaged him on Instagram and said that my mom got a call from an employee at the airport, and this was about an hour after I had boarded my flight, so not that long after. An employee had called my mom and said that they found my phone and that they were turning it in. So I was like, okay, good. I'm just glad that they have my phone and I'll be able to have my phone back. So I was like, cool. So everything was closed by that time, or lost and found was closed by that time. So Tin and I didn't worry about it. Next day we called when they were open again, and they said, oh, TSA hasn't like brought their stuff over yet, so just call back later. We called back later, and it was not in the inventory. We called a day later, and it still wasn't in their inventory. It's been 3 weeks now, and they still apparently do not have my phone, even though an employee called my mom saying that they had my phone and that they were turning it in. And yeah. And I found out my friend Ashamed Barbecue had also gotten a call since he was in my most recent notifications. So they tried calling him as well, but he was at work, so he wasn't able to answer. My phone was still on like 3 days later, because I was still able to call my phone up until about New Year's Eve. And let me tell you, my battery does not last like 3 or 4 days. So it was on. I think it's just sitting somewhere. It's just not in the lost and found, apparently. And I can't track it, actually, which I thought my Find My iPhone was not on because I thought I never activated it. But looking at my my information in this iPhone now, because I have another Apple device now, Find My iPhone is on, but it says offline because my phone is not on. Either that, or it's because I put a new SIM card in this phone, so the other one just won't be activated anymore. So yeah. No, I haven't. I don't know if that's something I should do, but I do know that through this phone, actually, I can see like what devices I have with my Apple ID, and it says Tori's iPhone 8, and like it shows me all the information. It says Find My iPhone is on, iCloud backup. I have like the phone number, serial number, IMEI, and all that kind of stuff, so I have that information. But yeah, I can't track it since it's dead. Yeah, I guess I could try doing that, but there's also a really cool thing, which I love Apple for this kind of thing, but what you can do with, I think, Find My, or whatever it is, but it basically lets you, like, if anybody turns on the phone or anything, it will pop up a message and say, this phone is lost, call this phone number. So I activated that. Although, again, if it's not connected to a network, I don't know if that message will actually pop up or anything. They may be able to find it, and then you can contact whoever and get it fixed. Yeah. See, I don't know what to do.